Religious leaders want to stop them. They want them to be quiet, stop talking about this Jesus and stirring up all these problems. And so finally, one great leader in this meeting they had, he kind of speaks up and goes, hey, wait a minute. He says, look, if this is of human effort, it will die its own death. But if this is of God, you won't be able to stop it. I think that's been our story of faith. The second word we believe very strongly in is hope. Hope. Christ in you, the Bible says, the hope of glory. You've really believed that Jesus and his church is the hope of the world. You really believe that there's hope for everybody. We've never been a church that felt anybody was too far for God to reach or too deep in trouble for us to love. We believe there's hope for every person. And then, of course, love. Love. This is the story of love. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. That's what he did for us. He so loved us that he gave. And this has been a group of folks, these folks in particular who I introduced, who've given and loved and loved and loved. Jesus would say that in this world, there'll be all kinds of trials, but take heart, I've overcome it. Jesus would say, look, the world's gonna know you're my followers. He's gonna know you're my followers in the way you love each other. I think the world's so hungry to see people who claim to follow Jesus, who love each other, instead of argue over all the petty things we tend to find ourselves arguing about. So I want to take you back to March of 1959 and take you on a journey that goes all the way back to that first Sunday 60 years ago today. Have a look at the screens. "60 years. It's just hard to believe it's been 60 years. And I'm certain if the original 55 had been told, this is what's coming, I think they would have all said, I don't think so. And some would have said, is that even a good idea? Can a church that large really be effective? Can a church that large know me personally? And I think the way we've been able to do that has a lot to do with the decision this group made down in this original place. God always honors our faith. It says without faith, it's impossible to please God. And this has been a group of people willing to really take steps of faith.
I was here the very first Sunday of Westridge Hills Church of God, Northwest 55th and Lynn, where a group of us gathered for our first service. We had a new church building. There were 30 adults there approximately and about 20 kids.
I remember the first Sunday, it was Easter Sunday in 1959, and I think the reason I do remember that is because of the eagerness of my family to get to church that day. We pulled up in front of the building and there was just a sense of adventure.
Even then, the music was beautiful. It really was. Everybody was so friendly, they just took us in, you know. And that's never changed, you know. People are still friendly, still loving.
Our first experience with Westridge Hills Church was in the summer of 1960. We were given a very warm welcome. We just felt right at home, and So we felt like we had really found a place that we wanted to continue.
I was so thrilled inside my heart to know that you were going to be a part of something new. We were in on the very beginning of it, that whatever happened here, hopefully God would use in the years to come. So